So is value investing coming back to life? My name is Mark Wahout from Walhout Financial, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about value investing. So value investing, just to recap, is a style of investing that favors purchasing relatively inexpensive stocks versus purchasing relatively expensive stocks. So right now, the relatively expensive stocks are large tech stocks. They trade at high multiples to their cash flow, high multiples to their earnings, and value stocks would be stocks that trade at cheaper prices relative to their earnings and to their book value. And historically speaking, value has outperformed growth over most long periods of time in Canada and the United States and around the world. And if you hold just in the United States, since 1926, value over that period of time has outperformed growth by about 4.5 percentage points per year annualized. So if you just look at all the solid data that we have looking at US stock market history in the United States, value outperforms growth by about 4.5 percentage points per year. But over the past decade or so in the United States, that has definitely not been the story. Growth has outperformed value, and especially this year in 2020, value investors have really had a rough go of it. It seems that value has taken a lot more abuse, a lot more damage than high price growth stocks. But the one thing to remember is that we have been here before. We've seen long periods of time where growth outperforms value. In fact, in 2000, March 31st, 2000, based on a research report that was drafted by Dimensional Fund Advisors, and I'll link to it in the show notes. In 2000, March of 2000, value had trailed growth over the past 1, 5, 10, and 15-year periods. 1 year later, that outperformance was completely reversed. The fortunes of value shifted very, very quickly, and all of a sudden growth was underperforming value. So growth had a terrible year. .com happened. High price, expensive growth stocks all of a sudden took a tremendous amount of pain, where value stocks started to soar. People bought value stocks, and the prices of those stocks soared tremendously. So it just sort of reminded me of why you want to continue to have faith in value. And today was a fantastic day in the markets. It was a fantastic day for value. As someone who really appreciates value, I use value style of investing in my funds. We use a tilt towards value, the funds that I use from Dimensional Fund Advisors. Today was an amazing day. Like, one day certainly does not make a trend, but it definitely brings you back to the idea, to keep the reminder there that you want to stick with something for the long run. We have faith based on all the data, or I have faith based on all the historical data that's mountained up over the past number of decades, that there is a reason why value seems to be persistent. It lasts through decades. There's a risk story there. It's a persistent factor that tends to outperform. And I can understand for sure why some people recently have said, value, forget about it. Like, it's not working. All I should just do is buy really expensive tech names. But today was a really good reminder that things can change really quickly. So again, 2000, value had underperformed for like a decade and a half. Then 1 year later, those fortunes had completely shifted. And I've got a chart that I'm going to put up here in the presentation so you can see it. Just how somebody sitting at the end of that 15-year period might have sat with, like, the same way that some of us might be sitting here now saying, oh, should I even care about value anymore? Within 1 year, it can change, and it's a persistent factor. So it's just a reminder to everybody, stay patient. Today was a great day on a lot of fronts. Great to get some vaccine news. Hopefully we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But for you value investors out there, I'd say keep the faith, keep hanging in there, and you never know, value could have a nice swift turnaround for us here. So thanks for listening, and have a fantastic day.